There is still work to be done. Champions League winners and haters, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I will come for you. I will come for you. Trust me. I ain't done preaching about the CL win yet. I ain't done yet. So great teams never stand still. Great teams always want to continue to be great. So for Chelsea, I always said again, Chelsea's goal is to win the treble. That's the goal right now. The goal is win that league, and the goal is to defend the title. I want Chelsea to be the second team ever to defend the title. It could have been Bayern Munich, but I want Chelsea to do so. Players are needed, and the key thing of what Chelsea need is striker and a dribbler. Two key things: striker and a dribbler. Because the striker is something that Roman himself personally is calling people for, but also as well, what people are maybe missing is also a dribbler. That's also going to be very, very key for Chelsea. And you say, what are a dribbler? See, what I'm seeing in football is that we're seeing a pattern in football. And this is called the two flex. And the two flex is, can you beat teams that give you space? Can you beat teams that don't give you space? Hence why what you see a lot in football, which is the beauty of football, is that 1+1 does not always equal 2, is it's about matchups. How do Chelsea lose to Aston Villa and then beat Man City? It makes no sense. How are Chelsea unable to beat Arsenal? How? But it's about matchups. So hence why you may have teams who will do well in cup competitions, but in the league formats, they can't do so well. And the league format, they may do well against other top teams who will give them a space, but against those lower teams, lesser teams that will sit back and sit in deep, they don't have the personnel or the players capable of breaking those teams down. And that's what Chelsea needs to do, because to win a treble, to win everything, you need to beat any team. Why did Inter win that treble? Why did Bayern win their trebles? Why did Barcelona win that treble? Why did United win that treble? Because they could beat any team. So you sit in deep, you play balanced, you play with a high press, you play with two banks of four, we can beat you. So what Chelsea in 100%, the strikers is an obvious thing, 100%. I think Werner is cool for if teams give you space, and it's cool for if you want to utilize speed in the attack. But against tougher teams who are aware of Werner and who, unlike Lep, play a freaking DM to now restrict the amount of space that Werner has, it is then key to have a striker who is smarter, much more intelligent, is a bigger presence inside the box, can hold up the ball, can turn, can run with the ball, and therefore is better against a much tighter, compact, intelligent defense. Dribbler is needed. Saw that in the Arsenal game, saw that in the Aston Villa game. When teams unlike sit in that CL final and I say, you know what, we're not going to sit in deep. We're now going to now force you to now beat us 1v1. We're not going to give you space. We're not going to give you transitions. We're not going to allow you to run. You will now have to play in front of us. Therefore, if you can't run, if there's no space, there are only so many passes you can make. And last I checked, Chelsea don't have a peak Iniesta, they don't have a peak Fabregas, they don't have a Pirlo, they don't have a Riquelme, some of the best passes we've ever seen in the history of the game. You now need dribblers. You need guys who can now take a man up 1v1, size them up, beat them, take them out of it, and thus create the space. Which is why there are two names that Chelsea should be looking at. One name may be tricky, one name is possible. Sancho. I'm hoping Sancho has a big tournament this summer, and those shows people how good this guy is. Because for me, Sancho has been one of my favorite players for the last 2-3 years. Quality player. They should look for Sancho. Chelsea should really be looking at Sancho, because I think Sancho is the kind of guy that has that ability and that technique to beat him, and I think that I feel will be more useful than either a Pulisic, a Werner, a Ziyech, or so forth in those 1v1 situations against teams that are sitting deep. The other dude, yeah, the Oof, who actually scored against France in the friendly against Wales. The Oof, the Oof, the Oof, who I hope is going to ball this summer. Article is up on the Fantasy League thing. And the Oos. I just read that he is not rushing to renew his contract. So if the Oos balls this summer and says what's up, because it's been a tricky year for him, and even if he doesn't ball, even better, because which means that he's off the radar of big teams. So even if he doesn't ball, I believe Chelsea get the dude. It gets deeper. Pause. Tuchel and people kept tagging me with this on Twitter. Tuchel said the two most naturally talented players he's ever coached, Neymar and the Oos. So, because remember, how I got none of the Oos and said, who the heck is this guy? Was Tuchel's Dortmund. That's how I knew about the Oos. I was like, oh, this right foot, left foot, his dribbling ability, his finishing ability, what he can do 1v1. This guy is insane. And Tuchel, obviously, you know that he has an eye for talent. So I already knew. Tuchel didn't even need to say to me. I already knew because my eye test has been proven since 93, 94 of watching the sport that, yeah, no, that kid has it. So if I'm a coach or a manager, no, I'm finding a way of fitting that guy into my team because I breathe off ballers. I need ballers. I need the ballers. So if Chelsea, and I think for me, Chelsea, Sancho, I think is going to stay at Dortmund. I believe he's going to stay at Dortmund. But poke the nest. Poke the nest. On the other hand, the Oos, I feel that dude, in my opinion, there is a real opportunity for Chelsea to get him. There is a real opportunity for Chelsea to get him. And you see, I just think that for moving forward, it's very important that Chelsea, you always have to improve. You always have to improve because people can say, oh, won the Champions League. Who knows what would have happened if Tuchel took over? Could have maybe said what's up to Man City during the league. Specifically, if let's say Chelsea. But see, here's the thing though. If Tuchel, let's say Tuchel had this team, because you know what happened. If Tuchel had the same team at the beginning of the season, they don't win the league. Now, they may beat City twice in the league, but they would struggle against Southampton, against Burnley, against Palace, against any other teams that City did because they just don't have the players. So over the 38 games, City would still win. But my thing though is, if Chelsea get these key guys, dribblers, guys that can open up guys, who knows? Maybe M.O.C.B.A and say right back, left back, what's up? A left back that maybe has a bit more sauce and a bit more craftiness about him. Because Chilwell has been solid. You can improve upon a Chilwell. Reece James has been very good. Give him some competition. You can always improve on Reece James. You can always improve on what you have. The only thing you can't improve upon is Kante. Kante is a gem and a jewel that you can't be improved upon that. But in every area of the pitch, I think what she wants is competition. So if you don't play well, there is somebody to take your place. Thus, that forces everybody in that team to work hard in order to earn their rights to be in that team. So, yeah, man. I want it all, man. I want it all. We're Champions League winners, man. We are CL winners. It feels so good. Feels so good to be two-time CL. We know. Two-time CL. We know. Two-time. Call us two-time. They 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 call us two-time. That's a new song. They call us two-time. Album's dropping this December. Two-time. They call us two-time. They call us two-time. They call us two-time. So, guys, remember, man, join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. Link is below in the description box. Join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. We've got 200 guys in there right now. Let's get to 500. Let's get down to 1,000. Please, please, please. The deadline is June 11th. Euro 2020. Havertz, want to see you ball. The Oos, hopefully, just going to see you ball. Your boy Mount, yes. English breakfast, yes. The pop queen, Liz the second. What up, baby? Like, subscribe, join the Fantasy League. Link below in the description box. We live.